As thanks for joining us here this evening on the Bardstown Weather Center with the 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time advisory for Tropical Storm Barry, which is right over here. As this orange here is the wind field of the tropical storm. That's the tropical storm force winds that will be moving up and into this general direction here. Let me read the text. Barry a little stronger. Dangerous storm surge, heavy rain, and wind conditions expected across north central Gulf Coast. Summary as of 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, or 0 UTC. Location 27.8 degrees north, 89.3 degrees west, about 90 miles or 145 kilometers south of the mouth of the Mississippi River, about 175 miles or 280 kilometers southeast of Morgan City, Louisiana. Maximum sustained winds of 45 miles per hour or 75 kilometers. Present movement west or 275 degrees at 3 miles per hour or 5 kilometers. Minimum central pressure of 1001 millibars or 29.56 inches. Watches and warnings changes with this advisory none. Summary of watches and warnings in effect. A hurricane warning is in effect for Intercoastal City to Grand Isle. A tropical storm warning is in effect for the mouth of the Pearl River to Grand Isle, Lake Pontchartrain, and Lake Manassas, including metropolitan New Orleans, Intercoastal City to Carmen. A storm surge warning is in effect for the mouth of the Epiphylia River to Sail Beach. A storm surge watch is in effect from Sail Beach to the Mississippi-Alabama border. Mouth of the Epiphylia River to the Intercoastal City in Lake Pontchartrain. A hurricane watch is in effect for the mouth of the Mississippi River to Grand Isle, Intercoastal City to Carmen. A tropical storm watch is in effect for east of the mouth of the Pearl River to the Mississippi-Alabama border. A hurricane warning means that hurricane conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area. A warning is typically issued 36 hours before the anticipated first occurrence of tropical storm force winds, conditions that make outdoor preparations difficult or dangerous. Preparations to protect life and property should be rushed to completion. A tropical storm warning means that tropical storm conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area within 36 hours. A storm surge warning means there is a danger of life-threatening inundation from rising water moving inland from the coastline during the next 36 hours in the indicated locations. For a description of areas at risk, please see the National Weather Service Storm Surge Watch Warning graphic available at hurricanes.gov. This is a life-threatening situation. Persons located within these areas should take all necessary action to protect life and property from rising water and the potential for other dangerous conditions. Promptly follow evacuation and other instructions from local officials. A storm surge watch means there's the possibility of life-threatening inundation from rising water moving inland from the coastline in the indicated locations during the next 48 hours. A hurricane watch means that hurricane conditions are possible within the watch area. A watch is typically issued 48 hours before the anticipated first occurrence of tropical storm force wind conditions that make outdoor preparations difficult or dangerous. A tropical storm watch means that tropical storm conditions are possible within the watch area, generally within 48 hours. Interests elsewhere along the Gulf Coast from the upper Texas coast to the Florida Panhandle should monitor the progress of this storm. For storm information specific to your area, including possible inland watches and warnings, please monitor products issued by your local National Weather Service Forecast Office. Discussion and outlook at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, or 0 UTC. The center of Tropical Storm Barry was located near latitude 27.8 north, longitude 889.3 west. Barry has moved little over the past few hours, but a motion toward the west near 3 miles an hour or 5 kilometers an hour is expected to resume later tonight. A turn toward the northwest is expected on Friday, followed by a turn to the north on Saturday. On the forecast track, the center of Barry will be near the or over the central or southeastern coast of Louisiana Friday night or Saturday, and then move inland into lower Mississippi Valley on Sunday. Minimum sustained winds have increased to near 45 miles per hour or 75 kilometers an hour with higher gusts. Strengthening is expected during the next day or two, and Barry could become a hurricane late Friday or early Saturday. When the center is near the Louisiana coast, weakening is expected after Barry moves inland. Tropical storm force winds extend outwards up to 140 miles or 220 kilometers from the center. The maximum central pressure estimated by data from NOAA and Air Force reconnaissance aircraft is 1001 millibars or 29.56 inches. Hazards affecting land. Key messages for Barry can be found in the tropical cyclone discussion under APRIS header, MECAT 2, or under the WMO header. Storm surge. The combination of dangerous storm surge and the tide will cause normally dry areas near the coast to be flooded by rising water moving inland from the shoreline. The water could reach the following heights above ground somewhere in the indicated areas if the peak surge occurs at the time of high tide. Mouth of the Apifolia River to Shell Beach 3 to 6 feet. Shell Beach to Mississippi-Alabama border 2 to 4 feet. Intercoastal City to the mouth of the Apifolia River 2 to 4 feet. Lake Pontchartrain 2 to 4 feet. Storm-related flooding depends on the relative timing of the storm surge and the tide cycle and can vary greatly over short distances. For more information specific to your area, please see the products issued by your local National Weather Service forecast office. Rainfall. Barry is expected to produce total rainfall accumulations of 10 to 20 inches over southeastern Louisiana and southwestern Mississippi, with isolated amounts of 25 inches. Over the remainder of the lower Mississippi Valley, total rain accumulations of 4 to 8 inches are expected, with isolated maximum amounts of 12 inches. Wind. Hurricane conditions are expected in the hurricane warning area by Friday night or Saturday morning, with tropical conditions expected by Friday morning. Hurricane conditions are possible within the hurricane watch area by Friday night or Saturday morning. Tropical storm conditions are expected to spread across the tropical storm warning area starting late tonight, with tropical storm conditions possible in the tropical storm watch area by Friday night or Saturday. Tornadoes. A few tornadoes are possible Friday late morning through Friday night across southeastern Louisiana, far southern Mississippi, and the Alabama coast. The next complete advisory will be at 10 p.m. Central Time or 11 p.m. Eastern Time, and we'll have that for you here on the Watertown Weather Center. Thanks for joining us here this evening.